Welcome back, Sips of Success podcast. What's going on, babe?
Hey, what is up?
What we sipping on? Oh, actually, I know what we sipping
Yeah,
on.
I'm supposed to ask you that. What are we sipping on?
You slacking on your job?
Well, you jumped the gun.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We're sipping on a lemon drop mocktail. But I call this a lemon with no drop.
I
So,
call it a lemon rise.
she call it a lemon rise. I call it the lemon with no drop. Which one do you like better?
because rise is the opposite of drop. So, and I feel like this could be an energy hydration giving drink. So what's in it?
It's got sparkling water, coconut water, lemon, honey. It's very healthy for a mocktail.
It's good.
So,
Mint.
yeah, mint. Yeah, so it's really good, very refreshing.
And he put the good ice in it.
Oh,
Y'all
yeah.
know about that good ice.
I got that Chick-fil-A ice maker.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this or that.
Okay.
Well, actually, this or that isn't really a this or that. Well, it kind of is. This or that. Would you prefer comedy movies or more drama movies?
Comedy.
Comedy? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do a little game.
Okay.
What are your top 3 movies, period, that you can just constantly watch on replay?
Oh, Rush Hour, Drumline, and Law Abiding Citizen. Even though that's like drama. None of those are like
That's a
comedies,
good
but they are
mix.
yeah, good little mix. Rush Hour is comedy. Drumline is kind of comedy, but adds a little drama. And Law Abiding Citizen, that's my like grown man movie. So
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
surprised you didn't say Bad Boys.
I mean, if that's in my top 5.
Yeah, because he literally watches Bad
But I also
Boys
I think I gave
nonstop.
I think I gave a roundabout like something from each kind of a genre.
Yeah, that was a good.
Bad
list.
Boys is kind of same as like Rush Hour for me, but
Mhm.
I will watch Rush Hour more than I watch Bad Boys.
Right.
But
Okay.
Bad Boys comes on TV more.
So
I
it's
think.
on our TV more.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but I would
Gotcha.
prefer to watch Rush Hour more. So yeah, Rush Hour, Drumline, and Law Abiding Citizen.
Okay.
What about you?
Mine are Parent Trap. That has been like a forever favorite for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's number 1. Number 2 would be The Devil Wears Prada. Love that movie. And number 3 would be... It's a toss-up between The Proposal and It's Complicated.
I was gonna say it's complicated for you.
Those
I was gonna
are
say
like
we should have
some-
low key guessed each other's
We
top.
should have. Yes, those
Yeah.
are like my favorite. I will go on a limb and say I will pick The Proposal just a slight edge over
Over
It's
It's
Complicated.
Complicated.
Just because I feel like it's a little bit more relatable. But because It's Complicated, they're a little older and like, but it's just such a cute
Yeah.
movie.
And
And those are like some of our favorites to watch together.
I was about to say I like
Complicated.
Erin's top 3 also,
Yeah.
but she doesn't like she likes Drumline, but she doesn't like to watch the others for real.
Yeah,
I can never get
I
her to
could
watch
live
the
without
others.
watching Bad Boys again or I like Rush Hour. But it's not something like if I see Rush Hour on, I'm not
Yeah.
watching.
But I like watching Parent Trap. I like watching
He
well,
likes
I
all
wouldn't
my
say
movies.
Devil Wears Prada. I wouldn't say I would just like, hey, you want to watch that?
Yeah,
I guess
no,
if you
that's not your
I'm more
vibe.
inclined to watch her stuff more than she's inclined to watch like my movies.
You're more
for sure.
inclined to enjoy my movies more than I enjoy yours.
Yeah, whatever. That.
But yeah, let us know like what vibe of movies you would skew more to. Cam's movies or my movies. Well, I feel like we enjoy each other's movies, but yeah.
Well,
If
I
we're
guess
picking, we are picking kind of different vibes.
yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, what are we talking about today?
We're just going to get back to the basics of our life. The things I was talking to Erin earlier today, and I kind of wanted to talk about things that we used to do that we don't do as much anymore.
And honestly, this stemmed from we had a meeting today, which we try to have them like pretty frequently just to stay on the same page. And we were planning out content and we were going over house projects and all of that. And then we were just realizing how much we have actually gotten away from things that got us to this point. And it's not like we're completely slacking, but it's just like you reach a level of comfort that kind of allows you to not pay attention to those small details as much as you did at one point.
Yeah.
You know, like those little things that get you to 100%,
Yeah.
that you kind of like you're surviving at 80 and 70%. So it's like, I don't gotta do, you know, like whatever. You know, you end up slipping those things through the cracks. So that's kind of where the topic even came from.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like we did but have kind of gotten away from?
So I'm on the lines of, if it ain't broke, we don't gotta fix it. So we did a Q&A at the end of last year, and I was still working in corporate. Today I no longer work in corporate.
Woo! He's
So,
a free
yeah.
man.
So now, and that'll probably be another like episode or something to kind of talk about that
Yeah.
journey. It was an 11-year run, really like 13-year run, but like officially. But
Dang, you old. Like no one our age has been at a company for that long. Like, it's unheard of, honestly.
It is. But yeah, I'm a free man now. But with that, my focus has completely went all the way in home. So I had to, I don't know, I guess I've been like, my juices have been flowing. I'm like, what can we do to this year is just going to be like this. It's a pivotal year, not only for me, but for us, for several different reasons. But it's just like, what can we do to have that level up feeling again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that from when we first started.
You move your foot, babe. It's like rubbing against me and it's hot.
It's hot?
Yes. Stop.
Yeah, it's kind of like just getting, I just want to have that, like, that pivotal feeling again, that big rush again.
Yeah.
So
I think we also, I don't want to say we compare. Sometimes it's like easy when you've had like a really big year, like a monumental year, to kind of constantly go back to that and be like, oh, that one year was just like
felt crazy,
so good, you know? And it's good to have those because you can go back to that and it's easier to re-experience something than to experience it for the first time. But also, you know, there are things that have just changed. And I think that's also something we're talking about because it's like, well, how much of that is going to happen? Like, it won't happen again, but like, how much is it worth to compare a season in your life that no longer exists to your current, like, but where you're currently at?
So something too, like I've always said, is it's not really to compare it, but it's to take where you are now and say, how can I adjust to my life now? Right? Be like, a lot of times, and I feel like it's a lot of people's story where you experience some level of success and you're just, it's like you're on this like go. I think that you still can experience that same feeling, but in a different way for where you are now. So I'm not chasing like that start year. I'm kind of like, I guess I'm looking for like that. Well, we're here now. Like, where's the energy at, basically? Yeah. So I guess that's what I'm looking for. I think that's my word for the year, energy. I don't think I had one yet. We said, I think we
were supposed to have a word. Well, that's a good word though.
Yeah, my word this year is energy.
Love it. So wait, okay, so let's go back to the year because I feel like the year is 2019. Yeah, that was just like the explosion year. Yeah. What do you feel that we were doing then, or what the energy was then? Like, what was the difference between then and now?
Then, I think then was more so. Honestly, here's the thing: we didn't grow up with like this hard like life or situation, so I can't say that we just was trying to thrive and struggle or anything for or whatever. But I think that we knew that we wanted more and bigger, and I kind of think I'm not gonna say we got away from that, but I don't think we have the same energy towards going toward bigger and better. I think we got to a point where it was like, oh yeah, this is nice. But it's been nice for a while. And it still is nice, but it's like comfortable. It's like the new comfort. And I think then we were comfortable, but we didn't know what this felt like either.
Mm-hmm.
But like everything you get used to.
Yeah.
So I don't, it's not just a money thing. It's not just a business thing. It's kind of just like an overall, like how I guess what our habits are. Like what are our new habits? Are they correct? Are they used right? Do we even have any good habits like we had before? Like
Right.
what are our new good habits versus what were our good habits back then? So not really comparing to then because that was all new, but it's
Yeah.
like what are the habits that we have now to, I don't know, go bigger, get better, like, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
important. And I think I was gonna say, like, what is the driving force, you know? Because I feel like at that point we were both living with our parents. Like
Yeah.
we weren't married yet. Like there was a lot of energy toward the goal. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Where it's like there's a very
That's a good point.
specific goal that we are trying to achieve. And now it's kind of like, well, we have a
We have
house.
all that.
We're
It's
we
like what
are
if I
married,
what are our new goals?
we are, like happy. We do get to have fun. We do get to, enjoy life.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is that thing that like that's why I feel like a lot of people say like, what's your why? Or, what is the reason? Because
Right.
it's very easy to realize how much your reasons were external that can get you a good amount
Yeah.
of far. But then once you achieve to a certain degree, it's like, all right, well, like what
Exactly.
is the push?
Yeah. Oh,
And I think that that's
yeah.
kind of like what we have been needing to find for
Yeah.
ourselves. Is like, what is that push? We always say like like our families and we want to do and like contribute to our communities and blah blah blah. But like, is that specific enough for us to be like, we gotta get there? You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like it's a combination. It's like the habits, but also like I think about that part of our lives, and it was like, I know I didn't have a choice. Like I'm like, this has to work because I don't know what I'm gonna do if it doesn't.
Yeah, you didn't have a job.
Yeah, I didn't have
Yeah.
a job. Like it was the only way I was making
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
And then like I knew we were gonna get married and we're gonna move out. And I'm like, I don't obviously you didn't put the pressure on me to have to financially contribute because you were like, I mean, I'm gonna take care of us. But like I still didn't want
That.
you to only have to feel like that, you know?
Yeah.
So it was just a different like
It was a
type
different
of
time. Yeah.
it was a different energy. We were working towards something
I
different.
think I never thought about it in that way. I like that you just said our why was we wanted to get out of our parents' homes because we both lived there. We wanted to get married, and what was the other thing you said?
Just like start a life, be able to
Yeah, start a
enjoy.
life.
Like
Yeah.
I feel like both of us kind of made sacrifices throughout our young adult years. Like I didn't really do spring breaks and I didn't really do like I couldn't do a lot of those types
Yeah.
of things, or it wasn't that I couldn't, but
You
I
did it.
didn't. I
Yeah.
chose to save my money and to really try to like make sure I was taking the right steps, and you were the same
Oh,
way
but mine was I think
times
far.
10. So it was like once we got to this place, we're like, we want to enjoy like the fruits of our labor. We want to have
Yeah.
fun. We want to take trips. We've traveled the world together. Like it's just been great. But the more kind of what we were talking about on the vlog is like the more you reward yourself without necessarily taking action or necessarily earning it,
Yeah.
it becomes very easy for that to be more of your lifestyle than the actual work itself.
Yeah,
And you're
exactly.
kind of just coasting like, okay, I can put this amount of effort, whether it's 50%, 60%, and get by.
Yeah.
And I think we both kind of realized that, transparently speaking, when we had our financial meeting and we were looking at the numbers and we're just like, we got to get to work.
Yeah.
Like the numbers are great, but like they need to be greater.
And it's been like this same number for the past like
It's kind of been just
it's
like
like we've been coasting
we've been
there.
coasting.
And that's a level of comfort. And I feel like I personally don't feel like I've heard anybody like talk about I don't know being in the space that I'll say we're in now. So I don't really have. I feel like there's a lot of places you can go where you're like, oh, when you're starting, like I used to be here and now I'm here, But then when you get to a level
It's
that
like,
you're
how do you
like, what did you do to
continue
adjust, or
to,
what did you do to continue to,
yeah. And I feel
keep going
like the
forward?
numbers reflect our attitude, you know, like
For
in
sure.
that boom year, like that explosion year, we saw the numbers explode.
Yeah.
And then like in the years that since we've pretty much been married and like
It's
kind
just
of
been
gotten
like
comfortable,
consistent.
it's been consistent, you
Yeah.
know? And honestly, consistency, especially when we have a business, is not good because like at some point consistency tends to taper off.
Yeah.
You know, you never want to let your your plateau dip.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier for a plateau to dip than it is to rise. So it's like we have to force ourselves to tap into a new level that like elevates,
Right.
you know? And I love the word energy because I think that that's like what we're gonna need, and we're gonna have to like dig deep, especially on the days that we don't feel like it,
Yeah.
or you know, like. And today when we had our meeting, we were like, okay, like let's get things on the calendar. One of which is photo shoots. Like we used to have
I was
when we
just about to
were.
ask you, what is your one thing? I was gonna say, what is your one thing that you think we need to go back to that we don't do at all anymore, for real?
Yeah, it's photo shoots because when we first started, like I would be like, babe, we need to go get photos for YouTube videos. We'd be all around the city. I have like 3 outfits in the car. I'd be changing and like
Yeah.
then we go get dinner or something. Like it was fun, you know,
Yeah.
like it was kind of like a little date day. And you know, and then I'd have some bomb thumbnails, some bomb Instagram photos, like, and it just really got the momentum going. And I tell people this all the time, and I'm like, I have to listen to my own advices. Like, the thumbnails on YouTube are the most important part of the entire YouTube process.
That's the
because
initial thing that
if
captures
you
someone's
don't have
eye.
a good thumbnail and your video is amazing, no one's gonna see it.
Yeah.
So like you have to dedicate the time and effort to make the thumbnails really pop. And that's something that we've gotten away from. And we've seen that in the YouTube engagement, you know.
But it's not even just that. There is a multitude of things. Like,
Well, yeah.
But that's one of the main things.
We're accountable for multiple reasons why YouTube's engagement isn't as good as it once was. But
the YouTube engagement is as good as we've been putting out, basically.
Exactly.
Like,
like the effort matches the result.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So it's not that it's not good. It's just
it's not as good as it should be.
Yeah.
So, so it's just like having these hard conversations because it is hard, especially like for someone like me to come on here and say this, especially because like these are things that I teach. These are things that like I see some of people who have been in my clubs and my webinars, and they're like crushing it, and you see, you know, and I love that. Like I love seeing people who have listened to my advice like kill it. And it's like I also have to be tapped in that
your
way.
own advice.
Yeah. And so, you know, it's just being accountable and aware, and just like to me this is the best place to be, because it's like when you understand what you are or are not doing, like you adjust and you just grow from it, and then you have something to pull from too when we do hit that next level, and then we can speak on this time in our lives I
think we're getting prepared for the next level to where we don't be stuck in a stagnant era.
Yeah.
For that place. It's like we know how to
But
move.
I think it ties into what you were saying of there are a few people, like most people cater to beginners. They're teachers, like even myself, like most of my content is beginner friendly. But then it's like when you hit that level when you're like, I'm not a beginner anymore.
Yeah.
Like I need to know how to get out of this plateau phase. Like I need to know how to get uncomfortable again.
Exactly.
Like I feel like this season we're going through this right now because when we come out of it, we'll be able to help people who are here right now. You know, like who are just like, whether you have a corporate job and you've climbed the ladder and you're just like, but I need more, or like, I'm an entrepreneur, but like I need to tap into the next level of this. Like I feel like we are in this season right now so that we can help people like
Get to that point.
past this
Yeah.
part, you know? And it's good to be open about it because I'm sure like there's a lot of people who feel this same way.
Yeah. I'm positive there are people who feel the same way. There's no way that, I mean, there is a way, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to believe that no one has shared their plateau
And I'm
moment.
sure there's probably people who have.
Well, I'm saying that we've come across.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've looked. I'm like, man, who's like what's the next? Even like when we were reading all the time, everything is still like it's self help, and that's only because you're in the beginning stages of trying to get to a certain stage. Like, and there could be books. I don't know if there are books. Let us know. But you know, I don't know. I feel like it's harder to find answers once you do experience some kind of success. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I agree. But yeah, I'm excited because this year, I really feel like this is going to be like our
2019 year.
2019. Like 2024 is going to be one of those years. And it's been 5 years, you know, like
Yeah.
this is the fall off season for most people. Like 5 years is a long time to be able to sustain a successful business. And this is the time that a lot of people just
Taper off.
I mean, most people don't make it to 5 years.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is just such a blessing, but it's also a time for us to like really take things
It's
seriously.
an eye opener too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think is something? I mean, we kind of like discussed together, but like, is there anything else that you feel like we've kind of gotten away from?
Well, my main thing was kind of that what you said, but I would say
Or it doesn't have to be business wise. It could be like in our relationship.
in our relationship, I think it. So I was just telling one of our friends, I was like, I think I think I have to take her, but I was like, yeah, I'm probably taking her on a date. We ain't been on a date this year yet, have we? I don't think if it. I feel like we go out to dinner so much, I don't even count that as a date anymore.
I agree.
It is, but
We
it's
do
just
go
like
out
that's
to
our
dinner a lot.
routine.
Yeah.
So it's just
it's kind of like we need to eat. So
yeah, and it is a date, but
Yeah.
it's just like now, it's kind of how we're talking about, and this is our like slow season when it comes to like doing stuff. We like to like go look at houses, go on walks, go on bike rides, ride our scooters and stuff like that. We can't do that in the winter, so it's just like I think I'm trying to figure out now what can our winter vibe be.
Yeah.
Because we'll be cooped up in the house. We'll just be, I mean, audience behind us now. She's depressed. Not really. But
she is sad.
Yeah, I've been taking her on walks these last few days. But like even, you could just feel again, back to that energy where like even our energy in the winter isn't as popping as, you know.
As the summer.
Spring, summer, fall even.
Yeah.
But so I was just even thinking about that, but I don't know. I feel like
I
don't know if it was because we lived at our parents' home still, where there was so much effort put into like doing things. Like, not saying I definitely don't miss driving out to your house. I don't do that, but I think I kind of miss like having to leave somewhere to come get you to do something. Like that was it. Kind of like took up time in the day to say, oh, dang, today we did blah, blah, blah.
And it kind of builds the excitement. It's like, oh, he on his way. Like,
I'm looking forward to, you know what I'm saying? So I think I'm trying to, you know, find that vibe. And it's kind of back to what you said. You can't compare to before, but also, like I said, we have to find a way to adjust to the now. Like, what does that look like now? I think that's what I'm more so looking for overall from personal to business, you know? So I think that's where I'm at with it. But in terms of...
So, like, more energy, just like more energy all around.
All around. Yeah.
So even in our marriage, more energy.
Yeah.
But what does that look like? What could that potentially look like for you then?
For me, I just mentioned to you today, like I was like, maybe we take a few short road trips somewhere, like I don't know, just even going up north, to you know, doing things or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, something that is kind of like out of the normal.
Yeah.
And more like, oh, this feels like we did something this time, and it's not the same thing every weekend. Because lately it's been like we go to a game, we go to high school basketball Friday nights, and then we go get dinner, and then we're at home, and then before you know it, it's Monday again.
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday is just like Sunday is church and the Lions game, and then like, you know,
exactly.
You know, then it's just like I don't even know I don't even know what our Saturdays look like. I can't recall what a
Yeah, me
Saturday looks
either.
like for real. Like we get I've been going to the gym on Saturdays in the morning, but
And maybe that's just something we need to kind of be more thoughtful about. I feel like January is just one of those slow months because last year things were
yeah.
like, like we had the holidays, we had New York, we had, like it was a buzzy little December, high
Yeah.
energy. So
I mean, it was high energy, but we also missed a whole 5 months of nothing because I was injured. So I think
yeah,
also I'm feeling like that because like I missed out. I missed my. It's not that I missed my 30th birthday, but I missed my birthday plans, whatever those would have been. Even
yeah,
though like you threw this great dinner, the family was around. It's not what we probably would have done, or even what we
exactly.
were planning to do. So like I missed out on a whole 5 months of just like our usual.
Normal life.
And
Yeah.
in some way, I could, we've talked about it. It's like, oh yeah, I learned this from that time or being down. Shoot, I learned how great you are. Like I already knew you were great, but then like we don't know when they say like in sickness and health and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you
You
don't
don't
know.
really know what that looks like until you have an experience. So like even then, it's just like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was more of my highlight than anything.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I miss out on those 5 months. And you miss out on the 5 months of me being there. Like I
In
missed a
that
lot of work
capacity.
trips. I missed
Yeah.
a lot of like, everything just because I'm out here rehabbing and I'm just missing out on stuff. So I'm feeling that. And so December for me, yeah, I feel like we did stuff, but I felt like that was my like first time doing anything since
Yeah.
June of last year. So for me, it's just like, man, I just been kind of stuck in this little rut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So I think that's what I said this year. My word this year is energy. I don't know if you had time to think of a word since we've been sitting here
we were saying like we should have a word together
together and a
and
word
then
separate.
a separate word.
Well, my word
I
is
feel like
energy.
I like that word though.
So you want that together?
Yeah.
But Aaron does this all the time. I like your word, so let's make that our word.
Yeah. I
Wow.
think that's a good word though.
Okay, yeah. So our word this year is energy. Um,
Yep. Turning it up.
we'll have to revisit the. I have to come up with a new.
Individualized words. I mean, we don't have to have individual words.
All right,
We
the
can
the,
just,
the
like,
vibe this
have
year is just
that
energy.
word.
Yeah, the vibe
Keep
this year
it
is
simple and focused and
yeah,
just But okay.
yeah,
Well, I mean, I'm down.
yeah. Back to the basics, but also creating the new grind.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really back to it. It's just kind of realizing what we need to be able to operate in our time now, like in our life now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm ready. Like I've been feeling good. I've been in the gym again. Like, whew, this has been a journey.
Yeah.
But everything I feel has like been this journey, and I think now I'm just overly motivated to just like go and do something.
Are there specific habits that you are like, this would be an ideal day or an ideal morning or ideal night? Like what does that look like for you?
Um,
You wake up
wake
at
up
what time and
probably like 6:30, 6:30. Get my smoothie or whatever. Go work out. Come home, shower, do some work. I think we need to get in a routine of like that, and then we do work, but we need to find out maybe a wind down routine. I feel like it's easy to have a morning routine, a work routine, but what does
yeah,
the
at
rest of
night.
the day look like?
Yeah,
And
it
like
kind of tapers off.
yeah, it's just like, oh, okay, we're just here. So
Yeah.
uh,
Fall asleep on the couch, go upstairs.
yeah, I watch basketball or whatever,
Yeah.
like 10 games a night, but
Lord.
nah. So it's just like, what is? I think we know how to have a morning routine and a work like the midday work routine or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think now we need to wrap it all up with like a wind down routine. Like, what does that look like?
Yeah. I think one habit that we need to break is we need to limit our screen time to like an hour a day. Because I feel like we scroll too much.
Our phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just kill time. I feel like we could be reading more or like just filling our time more usefully.
Yeah,
It's just so easy to
yeah,
sit there and just kind of consume
and just
content.
look.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I feel like the more we consume content, the less we create content. And I've just been noticing that, like,
but I'm actually feeling. I feel opposite of that. I feel like we don't create enough because we've been spending time, on there.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you
I
said.
said we don't create enough because we're
Oh
consuming
yeah,
too
yeah, yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
So like
yeah,
when we overconsume, we undercreate. So
yeah,
I think we need to scale tremendously back
yeah.
on consuming so that we're more creatively motivated to
To
create.
yeah, create.
Yeah. So that's
I
like
kind
one
of that's
thing.
another thing. I feel like maybe that's kind of answering why I'm like, man, we have not. There hasn't been a true consistency
Yeah.
there, and it that could be I'm sure it's multiple reasons, but that could be like one. Like even in the morning, like we get up, we definitely look at our phone in the
Yeah, we
morning.
do.
Like so that needs to stop.
Yeah.
I need to go back to putting my phone like I used to do,
Outside of the room.
not outside the room. Oh, I did used to have it in here, but I used to I'll put it like on the floor at an outlet
Mhm.
and let it charge over there.
Yeah.
I need to just do that every night. I also want to be in bed and sleep by 11. Like I
Yeah.
want to be in bed at 10 and sleep by 11.
Okay, so we're gonna do a vlog, and it's gonna be us working on enforcing new habits for like 1 week straight. And then we're gonna see how we feel after the week is over.
Yeah, we can see.
Because we need to like really, I feel like sometimes when I vlog things, it just also holds you more accountable because you gotta like
Do it.
do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to do it.
Cause you can't get no faulty BS out there.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we need to just work on these habits. Like sometimes it's not about always creating new habits. It's about like
Working on the
working on
ones.
getting rid of the like the
Yeah.
bad habits
Yeah.
too, So, and maybe we revisit Atomic Habits. Skim
Yeah.
that book a little bit.
Need to read again.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I agree. So
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
so this is this year is dedicated to energy, new energy, um, breaking old habits, creating new ones, but also tighten up on some everyday
yeah.
habits. So yeah,
Love it. Cheers to that.
cheers to that.
Love you.
Love you too. And what time is it? It's 10:21. So it's the weekend now. It's the
Yeah,
week.
it's the weekend.
It's the weekend.
It's Friday night.
But I still kind of don't want to, unless we are like doing something. I don't want to be up just because it's the weekend.
Yeah.
I feel like
But
that's like habits that everybody. It's kind of like a unsaid rule, like, oh, it's the weekend, stay up all night.
well, I ain't staying up all night on no night.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
however, I mean, it's you relax.
But I do.
more on
I
the
need
weekend.
more sleep because I'll still wake up quite early and we'll go to bed at like 12 or 1 or sometime.
Yeah.
So I need like that. I want
That's
that
your
sleep.
fault. Shoot.
No, that's yours because I gotta stay downstairs, let you sleep on the couch for 2 hours. You don't want to get up when I'm trying to get you up. Like, that's the
It's like the appetizer.
no. You need to just go into bed. Erin never just wants to go to bed. Like I don't understand. It's like she has to go to sleep on the couch every night.
It's the prerequisite to sleeping in bed.
No, just go to bed.
It's not that easy.
That's
Not
your
that
new that's your new habit this year. Go to bed. Forget the couch. All right, y'all.
All right.
We hope y'all enjoyed this. We hope y'all have a new energy this year. We hope y'all are with us, keeping us, holding us accountable for what we were saying. But yeah, if you rock with me, then you rock with us. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.